Alright everyone, I hope you're all keeping safe out there. Today I thought, well, I've got a couple of reviews on the go. I haven't really got one finished for today. I've had other projects on the go. So I thought, well, I'll just do a quick discussion video. And because I had a nice delivery this week, I thought actually I'd do a discussion on Marvel Legends that we need to finish off current teams. Yeah, so here we are. Marvel Legends that I needed to finish rosters, or at least like mostly finish them. And okay, before we start, I've been told by my editor I can't mention Tiger or Mockingbird for the West Coast Avengers. Okay, fair enough, I go on about them quite a bit, but I still need them. We still need them released. Come on, Hasbro, get it done. But you know, I'm going to be cool. Not going to mention them again. One thing I will mention, I got a great delivery this week, and it was the Alpha Flight lot. Those who don't know, Alpha Flight is, or was, and probably still is, Canada's #1 superhero team in the Marvel Universe. They've had a fair few members, and actually really some of my favourites. I know what some of you are thinking, well, hold on a second, we've had a bunch of these, and you'd be right. We had a Alpha Flight box set, which contained 6 of the core members of the team. We had a Build-A-Figure of Sasquatch, who's the big guy of the team. And we had Guardian / Vindicator, who's the team leader, released separately in the Wendigo wave. And between that, yeah, that filled out quite a lot of spaces. And that's what arrived for me this week, actually. All 3 of those things, plus the Wendigo Build-A-Figure for a ridiculously cheap amount of money. Oh, I was loving it. But anyway, yeah, a lot of members of this team have been filled out. But there were still a few spaces left. First up is Marina, who was the aquatic member of the team who fell in love and married Namor, then died. And yeah, I'm going to be honest here, folks, she wasn't in it like a lot back in the days, and I kind of classic like 70s and 80s era. She wasn't in it much back then. She was in it a fair bit, but I don't see her getting made. It'd be nice if they did, but I'm being realistic. She's on the very bottom of the the list of things that need making. I tell you what is actually going to need making, and which is actually going to be a really interesting figure if they do it. Talisman, the daughter of another Alpha Flight team member, what's his name? Shaman, that's it. His daughter, really cool design. We just look at this, and we look at this thing. This is actually a really nice design. I was kind of worried it showed off too much skin, but they did the classic classic Thor. That doesn't show off any skin. Yeah, tiny bit. The classic Storm design, and I don't see this as being any more revealing, but should be a great figure to have. And yeah, I think that'd be a really cool one. Another one from the team we need is Box. There's like 2 different versions of him, or two different people who have the role of Box. I mean, I can imagine being done as a Build-A-Figure, kind of like the recent Crimson Dynamo was. He's kind of similar to that, the one incarnation. He's not massively on my list, but it'd be really cool if we did get him. Maybe using parts from the Colossus Marvel Legends figure. That'd be really cool, yeah. Thinking about it, yeah, just take most of the Colossus figure from that 2-pack and just add different chest, different head. Yeah, we might actually see him. Yeah. Okay, and here's actually the thing that really got me thinking about this in the first place. Someone who really needs a Marvel Legends release is, and bear with me on this one, Snowbird. Now, again, I know what you're all thinking. Okay, I know what some of you are thinking at least. She already has a figure. Yeah, I know. She's sat on my shelf at the moment. But the thing is, Snowbird has a very particular ability. She can transform into a white version of any animal native to Canada and the Northern Territories, which is really cool, but isn't sort of reflected in any way in her figure. And you might be thinking, well, how do you do that? Well, Toy Biz did it. Years ago, there was actually an Alpha Flight figure set. Well, there was a line of 3 different 2-packs, and they were really cool, and they released Snowbird in that, in a 2-pack with Puck, which on its own was cool, but not only that, but she came with an owl and I think it's actually meant to be a little Wolverine. Not that little Wolverine, but a little Wolverine. And I gotta be honest with you, I'm tempted just to track the pack down just to get those. The figures themselves are really well done, and the art on it and the blurbs on the back are really cool. That's what I really want. But apart from that, do you know what else she could transform into? Sasquatch. Yeah, that's right, because like Sasquatch in the team was a fella who went like he tried to recreate the experiment that created, or the accident that created the Hulk, ended up turning into a giant Sasquatch. Though really it was because he was channeling the power of some ancient northern beast. But anyway, Snowbird could turn into a white version of Sasquatch. And she did, quite often. It was really, really cool. And not only did she turn into it, actually, the original Sasquatch died. They reclaimed his soul from like the afterlife and transferred it into her body because she wanted to move on. And he became the white Sasquatch. And he also actually became a woman, which was back then, like in the 70s and 80s, early to mid 80s, was a really interesting storyline. I actually recommend you go find it. But yeah, that white Sasquatch would fit in there really cool. And like, this isn't just like an harebrained idea that might happen. Like back in the day, Toy Biz did it. When Toy Biz released their Sasquatch figure, they also released a variant. That variant, Sasquatch in white. Though I think a lot of people use it as a Wendigo figure in their collections. It was Snowbird as Sasquatch. And like, we've already got this Sasquatch builder figure. It's a great mould. I actually really like it. Why not just simply cast it / paint it in white and release it as a deluxe class figure? Better yet, release it as a deluxe class figure. Throw in 2 little animals like an owl and another little Wolverine, and you've got like a Snowbird as Sasquatch set. That'd be really, really cool. Oh, and because I know some people out there are going to mention it. Yeah, at the moment in Marvel Comics, Leonard Sampson, who's like the long green-haired guy from the Hulk comics, because the original Sasquatch died, and at the moment in Marvel, when like Gamma-based or Hulk characters die, they get to come back. He didn't for some reason. So Leonard Sampson wanted to come back because he'd been killed as well, and he took over the body of the Sasquatch. So there's also a green Sasquatch running around. That might be a repaint they want to do at some point. That'd be kind of cool, actually, the big green Sasquatch. It's just a thought. But yeah, that's it for like the Alpha Flight. And this next one, okay, how about Yellow Jacket? Classic Avengers character, Hank Pym, founding Avenger, really cool striking costume. I actually really like the costume. The costume looks really good on him. And like the only like Marvel Legends figure he had was back in the early... Oh, actually no, was it Toy Biz? No, God no, it was late Toy Biz, sorry. And that figure, they tried, but oh, it's bad. And okay, yeah, I know what some of you out there are thinking. It's kind of problematic getting a Yellow Jacket figure because the one thing the character is most famous for as being Yellow Jacket was striking his wife. And okay, I'll put my hands up. It's a thing that happened. It's bringing like the topic of domestic abuse into comic books. Basically become like the defining feature of the character. Every time the character is brought up in anything, they bring this up. And if Marvel want to do that, if they want to put Hank Pym up on this cross and just have it be constantly being referred to, it's something that you can't go past, or it's something you can't recover from as a character, that's fine. No problem with that though, for Marvel and Disney. Well, Marvel, Disney, same thing now. Do you know who else struck his wife in anger and sent her flying across the room while she was pregnant? Spider-Man. Yep, during the Clone Saga, Spider-Man got angry, backhanded Mary Jane, and sent her flying across the room. Now this could just be the cynic in me talking, but Marvel and Disney, they really don't like to bring this up. They've buried it really deep. And I can't help but feel like it has something to do with the fact they're marketing Spider-Man for kids. I mean, if they ever wanted to make Yellow Jacket backpacks or sneakers or pyjamas or a giant theme park, yeah, that's not going to happen. They're keeping that under wrap. It's a bit it's a bit of an arsey thing where you take one character, that's it, you've hit your wife, you're forever a bad guy in the comic books. But the guy that makes us money, oh, we'll just forget about it. It's excusable. Yeah, I think that's just scummy business practice or scummy ethics. But and leaving that aside, I've said my piece on that. Another one from West Coast Avengers we could really use with the White Vision. Now, this is like the Vision after he was taken apart by the US government because they found out he could access all the computers in the world and they didn't want him doing that, so they kidnapped him, took him apart, and yeah, basically just disassembled him. Luckily, he got put back together, but there was a few problems. Basically, like his mind, the emotional part of his brain, I think like the memory engrams or the part of him that was taken from Simon Williams' Wonder Man in the comic books was missing. So he was just an emotionless, distant, unfeeling version of his past self. He had all the memories but no emotional attachment to him, or to them. It was an interesting move for the character, and he stayed like this for quite a while, and it's a nice design, really. And like in modern times, I'm pretty sure most people would actually recognise this from the WandaVision show. I'm pretty sure I'm past the point of spoilers here, but in that show as well, you have the same thing. The government rebuild the Vision's body without, in this case, the mind gem to give him his personality, his ability to feel emotions. He has all the computing power. Eventually, he gets the memories as well, and it'll be interesting to see what they do with that, because he was only on it for like an episode or two. And I think they were setting up a very similar storyline to the comic books. And in fact, actually, that version of Vision's got a Marvel Legends coming out soon as well. So that'll be interesting, and hopefully we'll get a classic one. And yet again, I know what some of you are saying, or thinking, or possibly neither. We did actually get a vision of this version. Ooh, a version of this Vision in a 3-pack, but that was a Target exclusive, so it was a nightmare to get. It's really expensive nowadays. It was done in clear plastic as well, with white painted over it, which is okay looking, but I don't really trust clear plastic, especially not from like the time this came out. The sculpt wise was actually really cool. It was on, I think it was the Bucky cap mold, but when I look at it, it seems a lot more toned and defined, so I'm not entirely sure. Plus he had bare feet, which was weird. I don't remember the Vision at this point in his history having just bare feet and toes. That was kind of weird. I think he should have had like at least the impression of shoes. And yeah, that's a bit, yeah. I mean, if they re-released that figure in solid white plastic, I'll be okay with that. Or maybe, I don't know, if they did it, they could actually get away with doing it clear if they had like a solid white plastic body and like the figure, and maybe interchangeable clear hands. That's something I always think they should do, is like characters that can turn invisible or phase through have clear hands or clear body parts to swap in and out. That'd be cool. So yeah, anyway folks, that was a few ideas I had for figures we could do within Marvel Legends to fill out certain team rosters. Okay, mainly just the Avengers and Alpha Flight. Look, I didn't have much time for this one, folks. I thought I want to put a video out this week, but I've spent most of the weekend being a bit under the weather. I've had stuff to do, making display boards and playing around with my Alpha Flight box set. Seriously, that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I hope, it's only a short video, but I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy all my videos. As always, if you have enjoyed it, please like, subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, that's it. Okay, until next time folks, as always, stay safe, stay sane, and keep on rolling. And I'll see you all next time. Ta-da!